Hello everyone, and welcome back to another devlog. I want to start off right off the bat by apologizing for the delay. I am very sick right now and have been. Luckily, by now, most of my symptoms can be solved with a little bit of ibuprofen, but as you may have been able to tell by my voice, I'm still sick, so I apologize if I cough at all in this video. I'll try and edit it out so you don't have to listen to it, but it might slip past me when I'm reviewing this. So today we're building a post office. I was originally going to put a bank over here, but the space isn't really big enough to put the bank that I wanted to put here. I mean, in hindsight, it actually probably was, but the post office is there now, and it looks fine, so I'm going to keep it that way. On top of that, I said last episode that I wasn't going to do another devlog until I got some programming stuff done. Good news is that the interact system is done. The bad news is that the housing system is not done, because that takes a couple extra data store features that I wasn't intending to need yet, and I'm still working with our other programmer to get that stuff implemented, so I kind of have to wait on that. I have the framework there, so that's good. So because that wasn't working, I decided to do a little bit of stuff with the main/menu GUI. With the player stats and stuff, so I added a stamina bar, a thirst bar, and a hunger bar, and those all show up in the corner of the screen along with the rest of the menu stuff, to change things like occupation or look at your finances or whatever stuff like that. And that stuff does work, so it has their own decrement rates, and they changed the size of the slider and everything, so it's looking pretty good so far. On the topic of that, for those who aren't already in the know, that is something that I want to do with Rockhaven, is having those kinds of needs, because what it allows us to do is build things like convenience stores and player-owned businesses that satisfy those needs, and because you have to satisfy those needs lest you start walking slowly and start losing HP or whatever. It means people actually have to use those services, which is good because that brings business to the player-owned businesses, and also it's just another one of those kind of bringing the game to life type of thing, where oh, I'm thirsty, I'm gonna go to the coffee shop and get coffee, so it's one of those things that just kind of enhances the experience, and I'm just carefully trying to strike a balance to where it's not annoying, so it'll be every now and then, but it's not going to be constant, oh my god, I have to go get another freaking drink, you know what I mean? And one drink will last you a little while, it'll have a couple sips and replenish plenty, so you don't have to worry about constantly needing to go get stuff. It's just a way to add some realism, you see somebody standing on side of a road waiting for their bus, drinking some coffee, so it's just one of those things that I really wanted to add, and so I kind of got that started here. As for the interacts, I have the interacts done for the most part. Well, I mean, I guess for the whole part. The doors are done as well, so double and single doors are done and in the game. So that's a big accomplishment, a very important one to get that shit done nice and early. So that's really nice to have that stuff done. But other than that, I've been sick, so I haven't been on my computer a lot. So this is all stuff that I did last night, and it took me about half an hour. The footage was a little longer than this because my internet was being a little bit silly, and so like I left for a little bit and then came back. But all in all, I would say the entire thing took me about 40 minutes. So 30 minutes for the building, and then 40 minutes including, you know, this bollard here that I'm modeling and everything else. So on top of that, I guess that's really everything to address for this video specifically. Now I want to talk about some like group stuff. So I've been getting a lot of messages about groups and departments in the game, and I just want to set the record straight that Lada and I have resolved to not do anything with that kind of stuff. No administrative stuff, no department stuff that isn't development related, until about when we have the map at a good point where I can finally get that stuff going and started. So there won't be any reforms or anything. If you're still in a department, you will still be in the department. We're not gonna like kick everyone out or anything, but I mean, other than that, like, we're just not gonna mess with any of that stuff because that's just not our concern right now, and that brings like a whole other level of workload to it. Like, oh my god, when we did RSU while I was still developing the game, that was such a pain in the ass, because not only did I have to make all their stuff in game, but I also had to do all of the curriculum and all the documents, and there's a lot of that, especially in RSU. And it was, if I was only doing that, it would be fine, but I still had to build and whatnot, so it was just too much. So we're gonna not worry about that until we have to. But I think we're coming across the end of the time-lapse part, so I'm gonna do an in-game tour / demo, and you guys can see what I've been working on and see the game, how it looks to actually play it. So yeah, thank you for watching, and enjoy the little preview. Hey guys, so this is a little tour real quick of what's been going on. So as you can see, currently walking around. These are custom animations, so I only have idle and walk so far, but we have these animations for the characters here. So we are going to be doing R15 because it'll allow us to do a lot more with animations and help to like modernize the game a little bit and stuff. So then for the interacts, we have this little UI, and then you press the button, close the doors, and then you can close them like that. They're pretty mostly foolproof. Like, you can't break them just by spamming, and they're also set up so that people that are too far away don't render the door animation. So like, if you're a certain distance away, it just doesn't bother rendering the animation for performance reasons. And if for whatever reason your character is not in the area, the door state is also updated on the server end, so it's reaching its it like reaches its final point on the server as well, even if it doesn't play the animation. So that's like an extra layer of security. Those are the double doors, and I'm gonna go ahead and walk over here. Did I just sit? I'm gonna do that. Go ahead and walk over here to the places here. We have an example of a single door. It's actually supposed to open the other way, but whatever. So that's what that looks like. And then post office over here. The other thing that I was working on that I didn't show, or that I'm not showing, is the main GUI with the thirst, hunger, and stamina bars. The functionality is there, like, it works, so the coding is done, but unfortunately the UI looks really bad and I need to redo it. So, I'll show that off in the next episode probably. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.